Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We're also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we talk about a tasting table article talking about a way to fix your whiskey. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Kathy Cool, Lori Mangum, and Vaughn Nieters.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey.
Hello.
I would say this is a rare Tuesday recording, but I think it's going to be the norm for a little bit here. I got a lot of stuff going on, and it all hits on the weekend, so yeah, I'm a very...
I kind of like a Tuesday recording. I'm not doing anything else.
Okay. This is good to know. This is good to know.
Hit me up for more Tuesdays, too.
Tuesdays. Okay. Maybe Tuesdays becomes an official thing. We'll see.
The weeknights aren't bad, yeah.
Weeknights, okay. All right. I'm surprised
I'm just
to hear
worried
this.
about Wednesday KK. That's what I'm worried about.
Well, yeah, we'll have
Tuesday KK's fine, but what does Wednesday KK think?
Cautiously invite KK to these things.
Maybe
Be a special treat for everybody.
You start work at 11 on Wednesdays. You just adjust your schedule.
There we go.
That's what McNew does. I had a big-time bourbon celebrity name-dropping McNew today in my shop, so yeah, owner of Nulu was in there and just, trying to ingratiate himself. Like, I know McNew, by the way. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah.
And Steve's like, it's like, you know the owner. You're like, me too. The owner.
Yeah. He knows McNew, so yeah, that's pretty good. That was pretty cool.
Did that give him street cred?
Oh, yeah. And then I was like, first I was going to kick him out. And then he was like, I know McNew. And I'm like, oh, please sit down. Let's see what you have. So, I bought a barrel, so yeah, I'm excited about that. So yeah,
nice.
It'll be coming in. Sweet. So yes, a 6-year-old, 132 proof bourbon. So pretty pumped up about that. So and that should be in early June, just in time for McNew's birthday month. So
it's my birthday, girl. Thanks, Steve.
Yes,
Name
of course.
After McNew.
Yeah,
the McNew Nulu.
McNew Nulu, yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
McNew.
They do.
I know McNew Nulu.
They do all those stickers. Maybe they should do a McNew sticker on the side.
Whoa.
Oh.
McNulu. So yeah.
McNulu.
I like it.
That's pretty good, actually.
That is
McNulu.
I like it.
I'm gonna send that guy a message. I'm gonna see what he can do. Yeah.
He named it. He'll probably do it.
Yeah, probably. We've got a great show today. We're going to be talking about wood planks and your whiskey and thoughts on that. We'll see what the team thinks. If listeners, if you look at the name of the show, you kind of get a feel for what I think. But we'll see if the team agrees or not. I don't know. Maybe they like this stuff. So we'll get to that after the break. For right now, KK said there's something she want to talk about. What is that, KK?
I saw online today that there exists a thing called Cinnamon Toast Crunch taco shells.
Oh, God.
Now, it got a bad review.
Okay.
But do you care?
No.
So I with ice cream in it.
Yeah.
Ah, that works. Yeah. Okay.
I was
was
I was
spotty
thinking
the other
breakfast
day.
taco.
They were at the end cap at Walmart when I was getting groceries. And I was like, Chris loves Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Like, that is this man's cereal. And we go through a box and a half a week. So I'm like, I saw them with ice cream. I was like, oh, he would love those. But I didn't get them. I might go back.
Of course, it wasn't about you.
Why would you get him something he loves
Right.
when there are other things you can get for yourself?
She was just being efficient. She was just getting what she had to have.
Very insightful into the life of McNew right there. That's a total McNew moment. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the guy loves it. He's all about it. That's his cereal. He
This
just
would have made his year.
Yeah.
I was there on like a Monday, and this feels like a weekend treat. I'll go buy it Saturday, and we'll have them tacos on
You
Saturday.
treat them like your dogs. Give them a treat.
Right. Yeah.
This is your weekend treat,
It's
darling.
your weekend treat. Yes. Yeah. I'll tell you what. If he has a good week, if he has a good week, then she will buy that on the weekend. If he screws things up or doesn't good, then he doesn't get his treat this weekend.
Incentivize him.
Right.
Yes.
There you go.
Only way you're
Behavioral
gonna-
modification.
Yeah.
No,
I initially was appalled by this idea because I was thinking like tacos with taco meat and cheese and the cinnamon. No, that sounds horrible. But with the ice cream, sure. I'd go for that.
I think it sounds
No.
delightful.
You
Yeah.
like freaking Skyline with the cinnamon and the chili. That's meat and cinnamon, and you're gonna hate on these tacos. That's not gonna work out.
She's not
Because it's
wrong.
not sweet.
Yeah.
The Skyline isn't sweet to me. There's certainly cinnamon notes to it. I get that. But Cinnamon Toast Crunch also has just sugar, too. It's not just cinnamon. It's
It's really
cinnamon and sugar.
Sugar. It's
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
What if you throw some of the Skyline chili inside of there?
I don't think so.
That would just make a good thing terrible.
Which
And we're talking about the
thing?
Skyline chili being terrible.
No, Skyline Chili is the world's greatest restaurant. I want one here.
Oh.
If anybody is listening in the St. Louis Metro, you should put one in Oakville, and I'll go there every day because it's the best. It's the best restaurant because literally I'll sit at the counter and you order, and they're already making it. It's you can be out of there faster than any McDonald's for sure. McDonald's is not even fast, and get this, it's cheaper than McDonald's. What's not to like? It's cheaper and faster than McDonald's. Huh?
And it's out of your body at the same speed. That's
There
horrible.
you go. There you go.
That right there.
I haven't had it. I haven't had it. I don't know.
I haven't had it. I don't have that problem. Now, I once roomed with Bo Cumberland, and I took him there because it's my favorite restaurant. That was a mistake. We're staying in the same room on a budget. And I mean, as soon as we get back to the room, it starts. And then it just keeps going on and on. It was horrific. This is why I haven't split a room with someone after that. After that incident, that is the incident that was like, you know what? You could save money in life, or you can, not be.
Here's what I don't understand, though. You lost respect for Bo, not for Skyline chili.
No,
Yeah.
I wasn't having any problems. It didn't bother me.
He couldn't handle it.
He couldn't handle it. He wasn't man enough to handle it. He couldn't handle the Skyline. You can't handle the Skyline.
Maybe you're just used to your own smells.
No, I wasn't sitting on the throne for hours after that and making this noise when I'm in there. Oh, my tummy.
Oh, that hurts me to hear it. Oh.
Yeah, no, none of that was happening. I was fine. Yeah,
All right.
it's my normal self. Yeah.
Back to the taco shells.
Yes, please.
You guys all thought ice cream. I was thinking like throw some breakfast sausage in there, maybe a little bit of maple syrup or something, and that'd be
Maybe.
good for breakfast.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I get on board with that. Or like the Jello instant cheesecake filling.
Ooh.
Lori, good idea.
Jello instant cheesecake filling. What are we doing here? What are we doing?
No, that's so
We're
good.
hungry. That's what
Mommy
we're doing.
They would be put in those shells.
How would it stay in there? Because it comes liquid form.
You have to get it thicker, so then you just
Pipe it in.
Yeah,
You
pipe it in
it
there.
put it in the
Okay.
fridge for a
Maybe.
bit.
For the
Maybe.
listening audience, Lori was making a piping
Yes. Okay.
motion.
Thanks
Right.
for the translation. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe.
Did they not
maybe-
get that from?
No, they didn't. They didn't get that. No. Well, so interesting.
So none of you asked what the bad review said.
Oh, yeah.
What the bad review
Oh
say?
yeah.
It said it tasted like a stale taco shell with cinnamon and sugar on it.
Okay. Well, there
Still
you go.
eating
What do you
it with
expect?
ice cream.
Maybe the quality
Ice
just
cream's
isn't
gonna
there.
soften that up and get in there.
No, it's just like fried ice cream. That's kind of like a stale taco shell around it.
That's true.
I do like fried ice cream, and a lot of Mexican restaurants have that. So this makes some sense. But I don't know. I like the idea now, but I'll never buy them. I mean, it's just not going to happen. No.
Try before you buy.
Yeah, it just wasn't meant to be.
Oh, no, the warden might get them for your weekend treat, Steve.
Yes. Maybe I'll get some for a weekend treat, and then I'll be able to report back.
As long as he doesn't mess anything up.
Right.
Yeah. I'm still just in shock, McNew, to say something. Just a small pleasure her husband would thoroughly enjoy. And then cheap, too. It wasn't like, she went and saw something, but it was $2,000. No, you're talking, a couple of bucks, and could have
really
been
like
happy.
$3.
No, it's not worth it. Wasn't worth it. Yeah. On that note, it is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Lori. Lori, what do you got there?
I am going to pour myself some Peerless tonight. It's a small batch bourbon.
Okay. That was solid. That could be enough to win this thing. That was actually a pretty fine effort there by Lori, but we'll see what happens. All right. Next up is McNew.
I'm going to go with some Nieters.
Yeah. Not as good as Lori's. Not as good as, it was decent, but not as good as Lori's. I've got Old 55 here. Just their regular bourbon. Nothing fancy. Not as good as Lori's. Lori still has a solid lead, but the two main competitors, you've got Kathy is, she's about 50-50 whether she does good on these. And then if Von Nieters has his soundboard working properly, he's definitely the favorite, but we'll save him for last. What do you got, Kathy?
So I've never had one of these before, and I was really excited to be at Limestone Branch when Stephen Beam was hanging out with Stephen Fonte on the patio. So I have a limited edition.
Ooh.
Yes, I'm very excited. 2023 limited edition.
Whoa, they put those out while you were there?
They put them out while I was there.
That's nice. You gotta
Signed
grab
by
that.
Stephen Beam.
You see that, you grab it.
And Stephen Fonte. It definitely says, I'm wearing my glasses. It definitely says 2023.
Okay, well, it makes sense. That would be the one they would put out, yeah.
I'm going to open it.
Wow!
Oh!
Good luck, Von Nieters. That was amazing.
That was an explosion.
Yeah. Isn't it weird to think about they still have some of that? I mean, because they can sell all that they want, and that comes out in the fall. Why would they have held some back just to randomly release? I mean, it's cool, but I would be like, I need the money. I'll sell it. Yeah. All right. But yeah, that's cool.
Spread the wealth.
Yeah. It's nice. I'm glad they do it. I just wouldn't be what I would do, but I'm glad they're doing it. So it gives everyone a chance. Yeah, I ultimately get greedy. I'm like, sell it. Yeah, we sometimes we hold things back, and then we're like, we got to pay this bill. Sell everything, and then we sell our stuff we're holding back. Yeah, that just happens.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got there, Von Nieters?
Well, we're talking about wood inside of whiskey, so I have some Oak and Eaton. It's a rye whiskey with a charred oak spiral inside of it.
All right. Okay, that was very solid, very solid. Not enough. Not enough. KK wins.
Thank you, Stephen Beam.
Cheers. All right, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk about wood planks in your whiskey and how that royally fucks it up. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com.
This is Tim Swyatt. I am a one-time cork pop champion. Even you can do it. On the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about how wood planks fuck up your whiskey.
Yes, we are. we are. It's just it's a novelty. And the one that you had there, I won't say it by name, but the one that Von Nieters just poured, that one came on really strong. I don't know, it was a year and a half, 2 years ago, whenever that was. It was like all over Instagram. It was like, oh, this is so cool. I think it's just kind of a novelty. I'm not sure why that's even a thing. So, Von Nieters, you're drinking it there. What do you think of it?
I will say it is very oaky.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then again, it's also it's a 90 proof, so it's been proofed down. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Proofed down and then over oaked?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of. Yeah, it's just a lot of oak.
Yeah.
Get a little bit of that rye spice because it is a rye, but it's very oaky.
It gets worse the longer it's on your shelf, right? Because that wood spire just stays in there. And I'm like, we had one and it was okay at first, like boring, not great, like not overwhelming in any way. But the longer it sat on the shelf, the worse it got.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've had this bottle for a minute, so it's been sitting there for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
Oh.
What
So
else
I read the article.
Okay.
And it was, so they interviewed one person. First of all, it was a very short article. And it was one person they talked to. And I feel like whoever it was walked up to them and said, you can fix a bad whiskey by putting wood in it. And they kind of made like this gratuitous, well, maybe if you did it right and you monitored it and you knew what you were doing, and it was really just kind of like, I don't know, but if
isn't that the article I linked in the show notes? Yeah. That's an interesting one because that website is pumping this individual up, who I never heard of, by the way, as a bourbon expert, listing credentials of, having a website and, executive bourbon steward. And it's interesting. Again, one bourbon expert. And I don't know if it's a huge name, that's different. If it's a Fred Minnick versus someone I've never heard of. I'm not too compelled by the fact this so-called expert. And if you look at that website that I've got there, there are several articles exactly like this, where this individual is leaning on their bourbon expertise to tell you how things are. And I disagree with pretty much everything this individual says. So, yeah, that's why I don't want to name the website or anything. I
almost wonder if the person had an AI generate the article.
Could be.
That is definitely possible.
There seems to be a lot of that kind of stuff going on. Becca Sue sent me one. There's a new AI platform, and I guess she wanted to test that out, so she put her name in there, and it referred to her as warm and inviting personality. Interesting. I'm like, well, this AI definitely doesn't know what the hell it's talking about. So, warm and inviting. She's known for her warm and inviting personality. I'm like, really?
That's Darren.
Yeah, that's Darren. Yeah, that's definitely her favorite victim these days. Is Darren.
Right?
Victim.
She enjoys yelling at Darren. Yeah.
Oh, and he just eggs it right on.
Oh, he does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he just kind of pokes the bear. You know, it's not. You know, a lot of that stuff wouldn't happen, but he causes it. So
He causes it.
you can't feel sorry for him. Yeah,
He walks right into that fire.
walks right into it.
Oh.
So,
I don't think he takes it to heart though. So
no, he's
He's
a
uses
good
it for
sport.
He's
a
a good
badge of
sport.
honor. Yeah.
It's their love language.
Hatred is their love language.
Exactly. So, any other thoughts on the wood planks? Is there anybody into these? Is there anybody here who likes these?
No.
when I
No,
first started drinking whiskey,
Yeah.
I dabbled with seeing what it would do because I didn't really know any better. And
your own spires. You're talking like
yeah,
yeah.
and put them in some stuff, and yeah, it all just turns out like way too oaky.
It just oaks. Yeah, it
yeah,
just
it
adds
just
oak to it.
overpowers.
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah,
you put
that's-
it in.
That's always the sad thing about when you see a distiller that's using the small barrels. Some of those small barrels, unless you're really good at managing, like 291, they're great at 10-gallon barrels. They got it down, but of course, they only leave it in there like a year, and then they have the great finishing with the aspen that gives it that unique flavor. They know what they're doing. But
Yeah.
most of them leave it in there too long, and it just becomes oak tasting. And you can say, well, bourbon certainly has notes of oak. I agree. But it's not over oaked. It's about a layering of flavors, and you don't get those vanillas and caramels and all the other
Right.
things. You get the oak, and that's what these planks and pieces of wood and whatever they want to call them, staves, whatever they call them. That's what they're adding is oak. Yeah,
Yeah, I appreciate depth of flavor, but I don't want it to be so oaky that I'm not sure if I might get a splinter. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
yeah.
Might as
For
well
sure.
just go bite a tree.
I want to just suck on a barrel. Like,
Yeah.
Bite a tree.
Just go bite a tree, and it'll be fine. You'll be fine. You get the same
The
experience.
best line in the article says, if you're thinking about trying this method, it's best to start with a bourbon you don't mind ruining.
that
Right.
says it all, right? That
Right?
says it all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just masks the flavor.
Yeah. For sure.
Well, and what I am curious about, because I haven't done this, what if you put it in like a white dog or something? Do you think that might turn out okay?
That would be interesting.
Take a while. It depends
That
on.
would be interesting.
Yeah. I mean,
But you don't have the way that the weather
char. Yeah.
affects
Yeah.
it.
It's not. It's not.
Yeah.
It's just adding oak to it. It's not. Yeah. It's not. The barrel isn't charred or toasted. I mean, the spire.
They do have toasted.
Do they need. They
Yeah,
would have
that's-
to have that. Yeah. To add any sort of.
Mhm.
And then
Iceland.
where are you keeping it, and how is it's in a glass bottle? And
Right.
This
Yeah.
is true.
It's not breathing. Yeah.
It kind of reminds me, like when I first got into bourbon, they had those mini barrels that you would put like a white dog in, and like
Yeah.
bourbon, and you could add different things to it. Reminds me of those. Not a single one of those turned out enjoyable. It's a very
Mm-mm.
similar process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So it is, and those things are just a novelty and fun to experiment with. And as just bourbon drinkers, maybe we want to have some fun with some stuff. But definitely, there's no sense putting it into anything that's any good. I would definitely agree with that so-called expert on that. It's not for good whiskey. Good whiskey is already. You're not going to improve good whiskey. This is going to be a flyer to try to improve something that's bad. And if it's bad, I would just learn a lesson from it and move on to better things in the future. Keep trying to find the good stuff. So there you go.
Cheers
We'll
to
wrap-
that.
Yeah, cheers to that. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Von Nieters, we're going to start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Von Nieters.
Lori,
Y'all can find me on Instagram at Spirited Curves.
KK,
I am on Instagram at KK Cast Strength.
McNew.
On Instagram at McNew ABV.
For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Come by and see me, the ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy, hang out with friends of McNew, and so much more. abvbarrelshop.com. Bourbon Palooza is where we put all of our events for the ABV Network, so check out bourbonpalooza.com for that information. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. Fridays, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through their whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.